You are now entering the Who's House podcast. Strap in for the ride.
Shout out to the new Diddy/Dro collab. It's the best new weed strain out there.
Of course, man. What do you wish for? Another 40, 50 million?
I can't tell the wishes, man.
Yeah, whatever. You wish for another 40, 50 million. Yo, grab the mic, bro.
Yeah, man.
So, what name you going by now? You switched it. You switch your name all the time. So,
Man,
what's the final?
as far as on the MMM project and the rest of the musical projects, that's that's Puff Daddy, taking it back to the essence. You know what I'm saying? That's Puff Daddy and the family. That's my first love. That's always gonna be my love. And so, wrapping up, my career musically, and just doing it this way and doing it right now.
Is it weird for you to give away music for free? You've been making money for so long. I mean, that's the new way to do it, I guess. But
I mean, some things you can't buy, and I wanted to just keep it whereas it wasn't about radio, didn't have all that stuff on it, man. And at the same time, I didn't want to take for granted that I have, been in a sense kind of confusing people with success in other areas on what my love is. So the best way to do it in this game to show and prove is just to put out some music and let people take it from there, and but still have it the quality. It's a classic album, it's still the quality of a classic album, and you got to get back in the game, I just wanted to have something that represented that sound, that bad boy sound, and just where I'm at as a producer. And, that's the type of artist I am. I'm a producer first. And so I think that it's the truth. MMM is authentic. It has a message to it. It's a concept album. And at the end of the day, it's, it definitely is a representation of where I'm from. A lot of times you could get, Harlem. A lot of times you could get lost with the music that's out here. You hear somebody, you'd be like, they from Atlanta? No, they ain't from Atlanta. They from Harlem.
That's true, though. Yeah, that's
or
true.
even whatever it is, and then it's like I just had to get back in my lane, in my bag. You know what I'm saying? And so the whole Puff Daddy thing, it helps to keep me focused.
It's funny you said it because I just had Jadakiss up here and he was talking about the reunion and he's on the album also.
Yes.
What's your input on having all of you guys on stage for the BET Awards? How was that feeling? I mean, B.I.G. wasn't there, a couple cats wasn't there, but how did it feel to have you guys back on stage, like, together? Like,
I mean, it was incredible. The only thing that could rival our run is Motown. There's nobody else that could really rival the impact of the run that a label has had. As far as a label that's a movement, there's Motown and there's Bad Boy, and I think it showcased that night. And I'm not talking about a label having a bunch of artists, but artists that were making the same type of music that also made lifestyle. We make lifestyle, we make fashion, not just music. And so you were able to kind of see that. And we take performance seriously and things like that. So being back on the stage with them is just, it's like being with your championship team. Don't nothing feel better than being with the people that you came up with and you've had success with and knows where you're going to be at on stage and what you're going to do. And you have these big, huge worldwide hit records together. You just having fun now at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's a celebration. For me, I was always studying Berry Gordy, and I saw him, having Mahogany, and Mahogany was a movie he put Diana Ross in, and I was like, man, why didn't he have a Mahogany line of clothes or a, or a perfume for her? Or when I was watching like the Motown Review, I was like, they could have had their own like festival or things like that. So it's like learning from little things that maybe, he couldn't do back then because of the situation. It was so much like, prejudice and racism going on that kind of held him back. But they fought to open up the doors for me and us. So once I got the opportunity, whatever things that Motown didn't do, I was going to make sure I did. I was going to make sure that, we got our own TV show. We have our own cologne, our clothing line, the lifestyle pieces of what we do, we're going to own and we're going to direct it and we're going to kind of breed new industries. And so that's me coming into the game. I just wanted to take hip hop and make sure that it was seen as the industry that it was without having to have it be exploitation. You know what I'm saying? Having it done in the same classy way that all the top brands do it. So that's why Sean John is still here. You know, a lot of people came and it went. You know, Sean John, we did deals with Estee Lauder.
Yeah,
we took
it.
You know, or right now with Revolt, the network. You know, just trying to work with the best to serve the culture, serve the lifestyle, and just provide that culture.
You always you always upgrade everything you do. What's next? Are you gonna have like a club in outer space or something? Like, what's gonna be next for you? You've kind of like proved yourself.
Crazy thing is, I've only just begun, man.
Yeah,
So yeah. But you know what it is? It's just that the purpose and what it's for, you know, has evolved for me. So I've gone from me to we. So it's about, you know, in the beginning it's just about like, yo, my team, you know, Bad Boy, you know, my family, and that's who I'm out here riding for. But now it's from me. Is going to we. I have been blessed with so much of responsibility and so much power. I just feel like I have to be a platform to make sure that I keep putting people on in the game. But most importantly, I keep on showing the blueprint. I keep on being a shining example of how to get it, but also that I'm accessible to make sure like that anybody out here that's trying to get into any of the industries that I'm in, and then if they need any consultation or any things like that, that's the way I want you to look at me. You know what I'm saying? Not somebody, you did something and you're so successful with it, but you did something, you're successful with it, and you want to share the information so other people could be successful. So that's what I'm talking about. That's where I'm at. So that's a whole nother journey to go on now to make sure that it goes from me to we. Now it's about us. I done found out some secrets, y'all. You know, now let's work together. Let's keep rising together. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be lonely at the top. That's the most important thing that I can tell people out there right now. You got to be a realist. You have to deal with the reality of what it's going to take for you to get to what you have in your head that you telling yourself that you're going to get as a dreamer. And so that's why I say don't be afraid to close your eyes and dream, but then open your eyes and see. So for me, I wanted to be in a Judd Apatow movie, but I had to open my eyes and see that I was going to have to be fearless. I was going to have to be open. I was going to have to get out of my comfort zone. I was going to have to rehearse and practice, and I was going to have to go and spend some extra time and get to know the actors. And, you know, the information is right in front of our faces on what it's going to take for us to be great. We just don't want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people don't want to. I want to deal with it. I want to deal with the truth. Some people can't handle the truth.
Hey, this is DJ WHOO Kid from the Who's House podcast. You know what's the best part of the football season? Is checking out those post-game stats. Which wideout scored more than 2 touchdowns this week? Which quarterbacks threw far less than 350 yards? Think you could pick who will do what before kickoff? Then play Pick 6 from DraftKings, an official daily fantasy partner of the NFL. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app. That's the first thing you got to do. Select between 2 and 6 players and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat. I mean, come on, man. It's that simple. Like, I'm an idiot. It's really that simple. Check this out. New customers play $5, get $50 in Pick 6 credits. You hear me? You get $50. So this is what you got to do. You download the new DraftKings Pick 6 app now. I mean, right now. Stop wasting your time. You're going to miss out. And use code Who's House. That's code Who's House for new customers to play $5 on your first pick set. Get $50 in Pick 6 credits. Only on DraftKings Pick 6. And that's Who's House. WHOOSHOUSE. 2 O's. You hear me? The crown is yours. If you got a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling.
Is it easy to act with shades or without shades?
I don't act with shades.
I mean, but which one is easier? Is it easier to like be
It's harder to act with shades.
Is it?
What made you ask that motherfucking question? Because I look like I act with shades on, motherfucker.
When you're doing movies, I feel like a lot of hip hop artists I've met, they feel like it's easier because the eyes are hidden.
Yeah, not me.
Oh,
no. Have you seen any of my films?
No, I've seen your.
I started on Broadway. They didn't let me take no shades on Broadway.
I'm just asking if it's easy. I always get that question. I always get that question because hip hop artists always got shades on. They always chilling. It's easier.
You can't mind fuck somebody if you can't see their eyes.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I started wearing shades because it's just like you can't trust everybody with that, man. And it's just like you know, my eyes are just
You could spot a fucking motherfucker from a mile away. Like, fucking bitch ass nigga. I already know how you do it, man.
Nah, but just to close that up, like it's best to act without shades because it's all about talking and listening and communicating. And you have some of the best scenes as an actor when you're totally in the moment with the other actor. So that eye contact there's so much being said that's not being said if you're really doing great work. So I would advise that you wear shades in your next film.
Lil' Kim, man, like, wow. Is it still the same? Like, are you like telling them what to do and cut this out, fuck out of here? Like, I know you're very brutal with the honesty.
Yeah, no. I've evolved a lot, so I'm not as harsh, and it's not no compassion in the cold machine types. It just we gotta be the greatest. Oh, everybody get it right, else I'm gonna kill you. You can't come out the studio. Nah, it's a lot more fun now. You know what I'm saying?
Because you were heartless back then on all those #1 records and albums. Like, you were like, yo, motherfucker, do this shit over. Like, fuck out of here. Like,
I was just playing at another level. I wasn't being heartless. I was just playing at another level. And there's levels to the game, and so I just wanted to take them with me. I could have just not said nothing and left somebody wherever they was at, not playing at that level of the game. But, that's where I was at. Like, that was where, my communications was like uncut. You know what I'm saying? So you just live and you learn as you grow. You learn just how to communicate better and still get the same thing across. But you talking about like when I was like, you know what I'm saying, when I'm in the heat of it and all of that. But you have somebody that right now is at like going through like a crossroads in their life. And so it's just like them coming in the studio with me, it was just better because we all knew each other, and I've been becoming a better communicator.
But it was crazy back then. Rough Riders, you had like Dr. Dre and
No, I make no apologies for none of it. That's what it takes to be #1. I mean, the competition was at a level that's the only thing you can only give it. You can only win. That's why we still here. You can only win by giving it uncut. So to be back in the studio though, it's a celebration now at this point.
We've been talking about Donald Trump a lot. He's a fellow successful businessman, but now he's running for president. Does he have the puffy vote?
Nobody has my vote right now.
No?
You actually stated that you think voting is a scam coming from Vote or Die and all that stuff.
You do?
Nah. That's what they ran with. Nah, I really said that it's not. I thought the deal was very simple. I vote for you, and you give me what I need.
That's how it is. That's usually how it is.
So
right, I hire you for the job.
So when I got, so I was for Vote or Die. I'm out there like
you went hard.
Yeah. And I'm young people, people of color. But that's part of the process, but I just felt and still feel like for putting Obama in there that we should have got more. You know what I'm saying? Because we put him in there. But I'm not, it ain't no beef. I'm not saying he did did so many things. It's just you know what I'm saying? So I was just talking about the voting thing. I can't keep on telling somebody to do something.
Well, because
if I don't understand, I'm not saying not to vote. I'm saying just we really gotta have to be clear with our list of demands this time. Like, it was life or death then, and it still is now. It's just that we gotta figure out as the people how we win, because at the end of the day, it's something that's just off about it. So when you get into the political process, and then you got to go, and then every election comes, and you see more and more and more the same bullshit. Right. And I'm a brand of like honesty, so I got to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all, I know we voted dying, we registered. We see that we can get somebody in office, but there's a glitch in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? I'm just letting you know. I'm not telling you not to not vote, but before this next one, I don't know if it's Trump or whoever it is, but we need to have a meeting so there's no more glitches in the matrix. We need a lot of lawyers around and witnesses, because these guys be forgetting quickly.
Yeah. And nobody's ever going to top like celebs and videos before you get out of here. Like, you had like amazing, like, who organized that back? It's all about the Benjamins and all that back in the days. Like,
I mean, had Ben Stiller popping up in the Diddy video. Everyone.
I mean, what?
Hey, yo, there wasn't no social media. People were at home wishing the phone would ring. Okay, people at home were waiting for some fun. Like, was that my phone? Was that my phone ringing? It's just different now, B.
But R.I.P. You had Heavy D, you had Aaliyah, a lot of classic individuals.
It's about relationships. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's one of my. That right there is one of the things that I would say is the most important. You got to have relationships out here. So I have great relationships, and I was able to pull off some incredible things and got some more incredible things to come. I'm going to use those relationships to, raise some money for the different philanthropic efforts that I also have coming.
First tasting of Houdini will be in Colorado.
This one-of-a-kind strain will be stocked at the Cookies Commerce City and the Dab Broomfield. It's a first-come, first-served situation.